Hi guys, welcome back to Hoarders Heart. On this episode, we're going to be doing a confessional on my first experience at a hoarding convention. Yes, they exist. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for stopping by and checking me out. I'm a hoarder, and I conceal my identity by putting the sunglasses on and the phone in front of my face because I'm feeling a little too vulnerable to admit to the world who I am. And here's my messes, and here's my struggles. But with each video, we clean a little more out, we heal a little more in our hoarding. So this one, I'm going to be talking about my experience going to my very first hoarding convention. So it happened in my state. It was about an hour and a half away, and I really did learn a lot. Now, I did record a little bit about us going there and like walking in, but of course I could not record inside and show you what was said because that is their content and I don't have any rights to share that, but I can share my experience and my thoughts and what I thought about it. So without further ado, let's start it. Okay guys, we are on our way. Okay guys, so we're coming up, walking into the Hoarder Convention. Now, I obviously cannot record in there, but what I'm going to do is tell you my thoughts and what I received as it. And yeah, so I'm excited to start this out. Okay, so I'm going to talk about my experience being at my very first hoarding convention. And I have to admit, it was a very positive, encouraging time. I really enjoyed it so much that I would like to go to more, and with this conference, again, it was two very highly intelligent, highly educated speakers who do work together in the Boston area, and they have helped so many hoarders, and they helped them heal in their hoarding, and they're very educated on how our minds are wired, and that is what they shared with the audience. The audience were a lot of therapists, case managers, social workers, even law enforcement and stuff, so that when they are in encounter with someone who hoards, that they better understand how we're wired. Now, some of that information I can share in the actual statistics of how our mind works and stuff like that, because that is a very simple Google search for what I'm going to tell you that I did share, like it is a mental disorder. Our minds are actually wired a little differently from everybody else. They had a whole list of mental disorders that hoarding can stem from, but believe it or not, depression was 50% of hoarders. Depression was 50%. I am, right underneath of it was ADHD, which I joke around about all the time, that I have a hard time staying focused. Now, I'm not actually diagnosed with ADHD. I didn't go forward with that. What I do have is anxiety, and that was a 24% have anxiety. And that's where my hoarding stems from. And things that I feel that I've actually talked about in many of my videos and things that we struggle with is decision making. We struggle with making decisions, and you kind of saw it in the last, you've seen it in many of my episodes where I had a very hard time deciding, do I keep it? Do I not keep it? Do I save it? I want to do it, but I don't want to throw it in a landfill, but I want to use it. Just very indecisive on what to do with a simple item, where they explain that most people can actually make quick decisions. Another thing that was discussed was that as hoarders, we have a hard time categorizing and organizing things. And we do. I've seen that all the time when I see like symptoms of hoarding. And I struggle with that as well. When I just did the KonMari method on the kitchen, then I was really struggling trying to figure out how to categorize everything and organize everything back into the drawers so it looked nice and that it was a good system. Now, that's not to say that we cannot do it. Okay, that's not it at all, because that is a skill that can be taught and can be developed and can be strengthened into a habit. It's just stating that we struggle with things like this, and also staying focused too. I know that I always jumped around, and especially in the beginning videos, I really jumped around and I would have a hard time staying focused. But again, over time in creating these videos, I have gotten a lot better focusing and staying focused. And it was just training my mind and just getting into these habits of staying on course, basically staying on point. Now, okay, so what they what made me feel the best that I took away from this as well was that me as a hoarder, obviously I conceal my identity, right? Because I feel ashamed, I feel judged, I feel, a little isolated. Well, I used to feel isolated. I don't feel isolated anymore because I've had such an outpour of wonderful comments and people sharing their stories. We're not alone. But I did feel alone, before. And what really helped me was that how the people who are non-hoarders truly, truly just want to understand us, truly, truly just want to help us. They're not there to judge us, because that's my worst fear. My worst fear was somebody coming in, and even though their intention was to help me, maybe as a therapist or something, I was afraid that deep down inside, because I knew they were out of their comfort zone as I am out of my comfort zone, that they were like, ooh, this is horrible. This is disgusting. Oh my God, this is terrible. These people never showed one sign of that. Not one sign. Their hearts truly, truly wanted to help the people and to understand. And the people learning about hoarding, they wanted to understand the thought process, how we thought, and how they could actually help us. So that was very encouraging to me, because I know that I have blocked people out for those reasons. So if you feel on your heart that you want to get a therapist, or you have a therapist, that you're speaking to, and maybe sometimes you're still feeling a little vulnerable, like, gosh, are they judging me deep down inside and I don't know it? They're not. They're truly not. They truly want to learn as much as they can from you and your feelings so that they know what strategies to put into place. Now, I know I get asked this a lot. Do I go to therapy? Unfortunately, no, I don't go to therapy, because I just don't have the $200 out of pocket cost per session. I just don't. And I know that was also brought up as well, but they didn't have a chance to really address it too much. But I know that's a problem, right? Like, a lot of people who struggle with hoarding do not go to therapy because we can't afford it. I can't afford the $200 out of pocket for one session. I can't. Maybe if it was for 4 sessions per month, but not per session. That's $800 a month, which consequently is actually a blessing in disguise, because that's why I created this channel. Another reason I created it, for many, many reasons, but I created it to have an outlet for me to explain my heart, my feelings, to show non-hoarders, my thought processes, to let other hoarders know that we're not alone and we can do this, and almost create a support group where people can talk. And I feel like talking in general is the best therapy. And that was also why I started different strategies, which I'm so happy to say that as us for hoarders, because my strategy was start with the smallest room first. Just do 10-15 minutes a day. Whatever you feel comfortable doing, whatever your anxiety can handle. And then when that room is done, go to the next smallest room. So that was, I just named it the clutter snowball. So what the professionals had done something similar to that. So at least that showed to me that as goals and strategies to heal from our hoarding, that this is the right path for us. Because for us to do it in one huge shot, I mean, it's hard. Like those KonMari methods are very hard for me to do, but that is the best strategy. And, we can set goals for ourselves. And it is 100% attainable for us as hoarders. These two, again, therapists, these doctors, they have healed people from their hoarding. It is possible. Now, is it after we clean the house? The second part is maintaining, which I have actually had explained before. I'm kind of struggling. I might have decluttered the stuff, but I'm struggling with the maintaining. Again, that's just another set of new habits that need to be performed. I think in later videos, definitely probably in the hoarded house video that I want to record later this month, I'm going to show which of my rooms kind of went backwards because it is a maintaining thing. So healing from our hoarding is twofold. It is twofold for us to heal from our hoarding. But I feel like I probably should be wrapping up this video. But I just wanted to say, guys who struggle with hoarding, there is help for us. There is help. There are people out there who genuinely want to help us and generally do not want to condemn us. Their hearts want to help understand us and they want to help us clean it out. And by us expressing ourselves as hoarder and saying the emotions and the attachment and the thought process, by us being vulnerable to opening that part up to us or to everyone, that helps them immensely. It really does. And we will find healing in our hoarding because together we are stronger because we lift each other up. So guys, I just want to say thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you next time. Bye.